Hello everyone, welcome back to the Book of Hours. Okay, so where did we leave off? I believe... where did we leave off? Give me a second. Okay, I've actually had to go back to the previous previous episode and check. So we are planning to cure this here bloody book, which we need 7 moth for. Our Fet gives us 2. Sorry, Fet Plus gives us 2. Our Tridesma... Are we using Tridesma? No, we're using Resurgences and Emergencies for 1. The Beekeeper's End, which we're reading, gives us 2, so that'll be 6, and we're using a set of shears from our tool cabinet. Meanwhile, we're also empowering this here nun to 8 knock, using advice on containment and this here mist-kissed water, and she will be opening up this room. This is going to be an episode where I'm going to try and do more editing, more cutting out empty space, see how it pans out. So yeah, let's see how that pans out. The rain we're not doing anything with, I don't think. Yeah, we're not gonna, since we are pretty much out, though we are unexhausting our tryst for no real reason, rather foolishly. Bit of a waste there, but maybe we'll find something to do with it. Anyway. Apparently I'd hotkeyed the plus key to be pause recording, not just speed up and slow down time. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remind myself after this episode. Well, that's annoying. So, what the hell was I on about? We found... we cured the book up here. I think you missed all of that, so here it is. Yeah, no, it's not that. It is this one here, the Triple Tart, written in Kennewe Henavik, a forgotten language, which it briefly said because we had it in when we were curing it. It popped up with this here slot for a language. See there, pops up. So it gives you a bit more description. Kennewe Henavik, the oldest form of language now called Cornish, or something even older. Just so you know what that language is. We cured it, and we can't really do anything with it. I noticed we have these 2 books that we can consider at some point, so that's going to be on our list. Other than that, we opened up this room down here. Servants' Quarters North. This was once the private chamber of the formidable Ernestine Peterhams, Seneschal of Brankrug. Baron Hendrik, and afterwards his son Thomas, would both descend the back stairs to visit her in person. For counsel, most said. For prayers, others insisted. Only the very foolish ever suggested there was any improper motive for their visits. Ernestine Peterhams, as we read here, was Henrik de Wolf's quartermaster back when he was a mercenary, and she became his seneschal, serving in that role for 5 decades, over 5 decades, and this was her quarters. We found the suitcase in here, just up there. And we found the contraband jetsam from beachcombing. So, contraband jetsam means that we can, if we just beachcomb enough, we should be able to have. I assume this gives random draws, the same as the other packages we were opening, so that it can give us some useful stuff. Yeah. Other than that, we also found a bolt of buttercup linen, Dawn Lion coffee, and some more beds which require more heart. I mentioned there is sort of a reason for them all being heart related. So we have these here, the nurse infirmary beds, and this bed over here. There is some valid reason for them all to require heart, and that's because everyone has heart. Like they're going to have health card in some variety. So this means that scale, forge, knock, heart. There's some edge and nectar as well. The ones down here are just kind of repeats of those: forge, nectar, and scale. Essentially, that means that like for people like us who just haven't drawn a particular verb, we haven't got shapt, so we can't get into this bed. If we didn't have Fost, we probably wouldn't be able to get into this bed because this requires sky. Or, well, we probably will be able to get into this because we'd have to be missing both Wist and Fost, and possibly also Shapt. I don't know what the other part of Shapt has to offer. Oh, we also found a baronial book down in this servant's quarters, which I moved up here. But yeah, that's sort of a reasoning I discovered for why there are so many beds that require heart, just to give you options for where you want to stay. Anything else you missed? Oh, it became sunny. We didn't do anything with the rain. We used up all our verbs, and yeah, that's about it. I wanted to check out what Grail 10 song has to offer, and Snow Stories and 10 Winter. Okay, so I'm getting just as a side note, I'm getting a bit more accustomed to panning. So what I tend to do is I kind of click and drag, and then I want to use my arrow keys, kind of like, yeah, I don't know why that feels natural to me, but like if you're stationary, you can use the arrow keys just fine. But if you are already moving the camera by this, even when I let go, if we're still kind of doing the slowing down bit, there's sort of, it doesn't let arrow keys take over. I don't know why I like to, oh, because I'm always tabbing out to look at my notes, and I want to make sure that I'm tabbed back in before I like start mashing like WAS and D, otherwise I'm typing over something in my notes. So it's kind of like I'm off here doing something, and then I come back, and yeah, I gotta like click and drag is my default to, like, that's a safe way of, I'm not going to accidentally do this, for example. By right clicking I can safely click on anything and know that I'm tabbed back in by, what's middle mouse click do? Middle mouse click looks like it's the same as a left click. So yeah, just a nitpicking from me. I wish I could, already have the camera in motion and take over with arrow keys or WASD. Anyway, what the fuck was I doing? What flowers do we have that are blue? Blue flowers down here. Blue crown. Maybe? I don't know. I'll consider that. See where else we can use bones. Yeah, I'm happy using the flowers for that. We still need a memory for it though. So the Wist will be used in the winter bone recipe. Plus we need something to read on the white. There we go. And then what else do we want to do? We can Maybe check the inn? Nah, not today. Let's open books first and then figure out which doesn't want to go into a desk. Put that in there, something in here, Foss. Throw this up here, something in here, Fet, sure. Then, what other desks do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 up there. Is this a desk? Kind of. It accepts. Oh no, it doesn't accept readable. It only accepts blank. So I guess that is a place for painting. Ooh, that's a considering thing. Pigment and blank, and also cooperative. So we can use a pet here. That might be something to keep in mind. Right now, we want to grab more of these. And put this one over here. With more frost. Can we throw anything into there? We can. I think I'll chance it. We shouldn't get infected. And we can move this infection up here. Up here. There we go. Okay, so we've got things cooking away now. What are we going to do with these last 3? I don't know. We'll use one of them for this, won't we? Okay. Time, pass. I won't use the plus button. Cool. Catalogue a Curia period book. The Amalgam of the Red Rose. An account by Mistress Red Flower of the alchemical operations favoured by the House of Lancaster, also identified with the Sunset Road. These operations ultimately lead to their victory in the War of the Roads, but are described as now debased. Okay. Let me make sure I put these books down. Not send them to the crossroads. Not crossroads? What are they called? Like the big gem to represent Geminad. Very stylish. This needs to go down here, doesn't it? We should probably look at these books soon. Next we have Bancroft Diaries. Lord Franklin Bancroft was initiated into the arts of the flower maker by the Rose Witch, Fiona Ashiri. He rose to become a society provider of occult services and secret pleasures before his abrupt disappearance in 1790. Okay. And it's a 4-strength book. We will put it down here for now, but we will keep it in mind for consideration later. Then we have By Their Mark Shall Ye Know Them. A monster hunter initiate of the hour named the Colonel, who identifies herself as Little Sophia, provides advice on finding the weak spots of Long. Huh. There are other. There's another book about Little Sophia as well. She's apparently written a few. But yeah, the weak spots of Long, that might be relevant to our origin, you know? As we are the child of too long. The Hissing Key, an account of the ascent of the hour called the Mother of Ants by the Bosque scholar Mech of the Theban branch of the House of Leith. The Thay? Maybe. Something. I'm pretty sure I didn't see any contaminations on any of these books. Let me just double check to be paranoid. Latin, that's fine. It's not a contamination. Yep, that's fine. Was it this one? Yeah, it's fine. They're all fine. And I'll leave them there. We'll consider them later, but for now. We could actually consider this book. We have very strong forge aspects, so those books will open up to us. How close are we getting to the manner in which the alchemist was spared? 14. We don't know Vrak. 3, 7, 8, 9 from a memory. We're a bit of a ways off, but something to keep our sights on. Cool. So if that's the case, we want to read Vincent's Minglings, I guess. What Does Not Bark has been read. We will throw that in there with... Nope, we can't. We will throw it in somewhere else. Up here. That'll do. And throw in this one. Cool. We can be using our health and such. I want more of these. And we can't use these, I believe. Could it even offer us to try? Gather the scented blossoms of fragrant chalice. Wait, hang on, we can? Fragrant chalice in summer, Lenten rose in winter. We're in autumn. Gather the scented blossoms of the fragrant chalice. But it's saying we can't do that. Is that wrong? Now I want to check everywhere. In autumn before the real chill comes, trumpeter lilies still flourish. Cat's claw in spring, trumpeter lilies in summer. Okay, so... Trumpeter lilies, they have sky. Heart and nectar, okay. What can we do here? I'm guessing... I might be able to... Spiny fluorescent of the sea holly. So does that mean... like... Okay, this one here specifies in summer and autumn, so I was thinking, you know, sea holly in summer, blue crown in winter, so would it be like, it says sea holly until winter and then it switches back in the summer, or what? But no, this one here specifies pairs in... So that one offered... What did it offer? Spiny fluorescence of the sea holly. So sea holly is this thing, which is kind of weak. You have this, which is 2 forge, which is, yeah. Up here we have trumpeter lilies, which are these. 2 sky. Well, that is deceiving. Fragrant chalice, 2 grail, which seems nice. Honestly, we can do that for a bit of variety. Yeah, sorry if you were screaming at me in the comments for that. I was reading the description and it lied to me, simply put. And we want to do a bit of beachcombing as per usual. Box of rarities. We pulled that out of the sea things. It's a bit annoying, but we're just gonna have to consider it a second time. We have Memory of Regret, which will help us. Where was it? Up here? Yes, I believe so. No? Yes. Yeah. It doesn't have a winter. Weird. We might have to give in and use Solomon's preparation. I just remembered we can probably use 10 what do you call it, 10 knock in here at some point. Devotion, remembrance. We can use devotion in a devotion accepts cooperative. That's funny. I just realised you can I don't know, devote to a cat. That seems like a terrible idea. So what do you have to offer us? Grail and Moth. And Grail, Heart and Moth. So how can you even go in there? Oh, because you're not bound by... yeah, that... you could go in there. Moth. Don't mind me, I'm getting a bit distracted. What do we have with that? Okay, so nothing unique from that. All that. Oh well. I was hoping using devotion of a cat or something might produce something funny. Oh well. It might still. Yeah. Back on topic, we're gonna have to use some sort of substance, I believe. Memory. What other memories of winter do we have? One with knock and moon, but only one. Lantern, nope. Knock and moon, yes, but it only has one. Forge and scale, no, neither. And also, I don't think we can use our whist in there, so that's useless for us. Over here, we can use a material, so this would be the most viable for us. So 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We kind of need something with 2 right now. We can't make ourselves a 2 strength tool with winter. I don't think, anyway. Could we able to hear anything? We can use this, and then solution, we can use Solomon's Prep if we were crazy. Throw this in here, this in here, this in here. Okay, so we can do it that way. And we don't even need the Memory of Regret, technically. Because Solomon's Preparation is so powerful. I don't think we have a... What do we need from this? Liquid or fuel with only 2 winter, so a bit of a waste, but oh well. Creates essential periost. I don't know what that... I don't know if we've encountered that. It doesn't sound like a memory, so I swear I've heard that name before, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna do that. Technically we've wasted the Memory of Regret, but oh well. And we can put back the flowers wherever they went. Here? Yeah. We now have Memory of Foresight, which is going to have to wait in line, I believe. No, wait, it doesn't, because we are using it for this, aren't we? That in there, that in there, and that in there. Awesome. We have discovered a curious seashell. Okay, it's curious how it glows. We have also discovered plants, which we no, were expecting. Seashell can go next to its twin. And by next to I mean vaguely close, because they can go next to each other. The old log. Alright. With keeper level winter, this is a precursor to year tally. A year tally. So, like, oh, I moved it. These things. 6 and a mark. Ah, so now we know how to make a mark. Also, we remember that the year tally is a mark. That's quite good, isn't it? Of course, we need keeper level winter for that. Essential periost. That's got a good variety of things to it. Scale, nectar, moon. That description. What happens when you boil and scrape us down to our utter fundamentals? Apparently you get something very useful out of it. Yeah. Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Something happened? Did you hear that? Did that sound weird to anyone else but me? There were birds, but there was also like another otherworldly noise associated as well. Hey, look, we read a book. So we read The Amalgam of the Red Rose. That one. I'm reading. The generals of the houses of Lancaster and York are described as brother enemies, a term more usually associated with the deodic invariably twinned edge long. The author's conclusion is that in the absence of the operations of the Dawn Road, the operations of Sunset inevitably became unbalanced, debased, and ultimately enfeebled. The combination of the two is described, tantalizingly, as the Forge's true alloy. So hang on. Read this again in head. The author concludes, is that the absence of the operation? No. The operation of Sunset inevitably ultimately enfeebled. The combination of the two is described tantalizingly as the Forge's true alloy. So, the Forge's true alloy is the creation of edge, I guess. Lessons, Meniscate reflections, and a memory foresight. I will make a note of that. Cool. We can collect that, and I'm happy to learn this memory. Meniscate reflections. We might not use both depending on how interesting the memory is. We can put this down here, can't we? Up here. And it's going to confuse me when it comes time to trying to find that book, because it's got a The Amalgam of the Red Rose, and it's just got a picture of a rose on it. Another leaf on the Tree of Wisdoms. Meniscate reflections. Ooh. Preservation and effective against theoplasmic contamination, though theoplasmic contamination, as far as we're aware, requires health. However, there might be more than one theoplasmic contamination. I know there is more than one curse. We've seen the Fifth Eye curse, and there is also the one that requires a knock, which I think is there. So there might come along a theoplasmic contamination that requires forge, but I mean we're not exactly lacking in that, so I am likely to be using this lesson for another different skill. Yeah, bumping this up to strength 2 would only... so for illumination, we've already put something in there, and preservation, we've already put something in there. Edge 2, get off this. Okay. Edge 2 we got there. Auroral Contemplations at a level 2. Can we bump that up? Understanding and understanding. You'll need an element of the soul with matching power aspects. Well, I'm happy to do that, I think. And we can actually, in fact, though we lack the soul. We can do that tomorrow. We're going to lose memory of Foresight and Sunny, but we can retrieve them. I think it'll be worth doing this because then we can commit auroral contemplations. To know what will pass in what has happened, to know what will pass in what has passed. The practitioners of this discipline see endings and beginnings, passages and transitions in the same mode as dawn and sunset. So that's the thing. How much do we really care about this skill as it is? I know you have that, but we've also got that. Ragged Crossroads. If we upgrade Ragged Crossroads, we could commit it to Scaloscopy. Which is fair enough. The only reason we would want to upgrade Auroral Contemplations is to be able to put it on the board, but I have a feeling we're not going to be lacking when it comes to illumination. However, and Nyctodromy, we can already commit that there, can't we? For some FET. So yeah, I think we upgrade Ragged Crossroads with this lesson, because at least then we have something with Edge 3. Should be anyway. We still can't do this today because of no soul, and it's too late to be recovering it, I think, anyway. And we can throw Auroral Contemplations in here, which gives us FET, which isn't the worst thing. It isn't shapped, but whatever. FET is pretty good. 1 moth, 2 rows. It would be, yeah. So what has this got to say for us? Each journey is a day, and we are tested as travellers and as pilgrims. That is the part these contemplations play in the Nyctodromy wisdom. While that's all well and good, I don't foresee anything grandiose coming out of this skill, so I don't plan on upgrading it further than this, really. So, it's fine to leave it there. We have FET, and would you look at that, we now have a, nope, not that. For this, we now have this, though it won't go in there. Oh well. What can we use the FET in? More beachcombing, maybe? Nighttime beachcombing? I'm sure that'll work out swimmingly. Rose. We need something with a rose. Inks of Power. Path and Pilgrims. Maybe. I don't know what criteria determines what's better. We could also have opened one of these. Oh well, shoot. We'll enjoy our sand instead, I reckon. Alright, they went, but we can recover them. We only really need 1 memory of either Edge or Winter. So we're just going to go ahead and grab on the white and consider that with Frost, why not? And then we should be good. We can open one of these, but first we will see what our weather has to offer. I'm actually going to leave the episode off here. Don't mind me just doing a bit of post-video editing, clipping together stuff. This episode wound up being about an hour and a half before edits, so I had to, well, even with edits, I had to split the video into two to just get it to a manageable size, you know? So we're going to call an end to this episode here, and I'm going to have the second half of this video be a separate video. So for now, hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to leave a like, etc., feel free to. I always say this at the end, and well, these days people's retention on videos is pretty abysmal, so if you made it this far, congratulations, genuinely. Like, having seen statistics and stuff, not a lot of people watch to the end of videos, which seems bizarre, but I guess I'm guilty of that as well. Point is, thanks for watching all the way through, and hope to see you next time for the second half of this video. Until then, peace.